The sun rose over the vast expanse of the Pacific, painting the sky in hues of gold and crimson. But this was no ordinary morning. Beneath the beauty, tension simmered in the air. High above the clouds, silence reigned. No engines, no contrails, just a heavy sense of anticipation, as if the world itself was holding its breath. In the command center at Edwards Air Force Base, General Marcus Thorne watched a web of data flicker across screens. His team tense and focused. Years of secret work, sleepless nights, and billions of dollars had led to this moment, a culmination of ambition and innovation. This wasn't just a new aircraft test. It was a revolution in air power, a leap into the future that would redefine the battlefield. A B-21 Raider stealth bomber, undetected by any radar, opened its bay doors high above the ocean. Instead of bombs, it released 100 sleek drones into the sky, each one glinting in the morning light. They didn't fall, they awoke, lights blinking in unison, forming a living, thinking swarm that pulsed with intelligence. The world below, from fishermen to families on the coast, had no idea air power had just changed forever. Operation Chimera was underway, a demonstration of a fully autonomous, AI-driven drone swarm years in the making. The drones communicated instantly via secure laser links, impossible to jam or intercept, creating a digital nervous system in the sky. No human pilots controlled them. A single AI made millions of decisions per second, orchestrating the swarm with inhuman precision. The swarm adapted in real time, assigning roles, shifting formations, and responding to threats with a speed no human could match. This was the first large-scale autonomous drone swarm deployed from a stealth aircraft in simulated combat. The implications were staggering, rewriting the rules of engagement. General Thorne broke the silence. "Chimera is live. Phase 2 initiated." His words echoed through the command center. On the main screen, the swarm split into scouts, defenders, and attackers, each group executing its role with flawless coordination. The scouts scanned the battle space, defenders held back, attackers targeted simulated threats, each drone acting as part of a greater whole. This was not 100 drones. It was a single, distributed weapon system, a networked intelligence with unprecedented power. A ghost in the machine had just been given wings, its presence both awe-inspiring and ominous. The world would soon have to reckon with its power, as nations watched and wondered what would come next. The future of warfare had arrived, silent and unseen, rewriting the balance of power overnight. The rules of the game had just changed, and there would be no turning back. So, what did the U.S. Air Force actually do? What unfolded was nothing short of a technological leap that's set to redefine modern warfare. They launched and controlled a massive, intelligent drone swarm from a stealth bomber. No direct human control, just AI. This wasn't a handful of drones, but a coordinated force, acting as a single, unified entity. Operation Chimera marks the first time 100 drones worked together as one, guided by a single artificial intelligence. Each drone was a node in a living, thinking network, responding in real time. The B-21 Raider's stealth allowed it to deliver this new weapon system deep into contested airspace, slipping past enemy defenses undetected and unleashing the swarm where it mattered most. Once released, the drones formed their own secure, instant network, linking up in seconds to share data and coordinate their actions. If one drone detected a threat, the entire swarm knew instantly. Information flowed seamlessly, making the group smarter and faster than any single pilot could ever be. The AI divided the swarm into teams. Scouts mapped the area, jammers confused enemy sensors, attackers struck targets. Each drone had a role and could switch tasks in a split second if needed. The process was fluid, efficient, and shockingly effective. The swarm adapted on the fly, responding to threats and opportunities with machine precision. This changes air power. It's no longer about the best pilot or jet, but the smartest, most adaptable network. The battlefield is now a contest of algorithms and connectivity. A swarm can overwhelm defenses, take risks humans can't, and survive losses that would cripple a traditional squadron. Even if some drones fall, the mission continues. The U.S. Air Force has moved beyond the next fighter jet. It's reimagining the very nature of combat, pushing the boundaries of what's possible in the sky. The balance of power in the skies has shifted. Nations everywhere are now rethinking their strategies and investments. The age of the autonomous swarm has begun. Machines are now making decisions at the speed of thought, changing the rules of engagement forever. The world is watching and scrambling to catch up. Allies and adversaries alike are racing to develop their own swarms, knowing the future belongs to those who master this technology. The future of air warfare is here. The sky will never be the same. What makes Operation Chimera so groundbreaking? The answer lies in swarm intelligence, a revolutionary leap in military technology. This isn't just a lot of drones flying together. It's a networked organism, much like a flock of birds or a hive of bees, where every member plays a vital role in the collective. Each drone, on its own, is relatively simple, but when they operate as a group, they transform into a powerful adaptive system capable of complex maneuvers and decision-making. The AI brain isn't centralized. It's decentralized and distributed across the entire swarm. If you shoot down a few drones, the rest instantly adapt, reconfiguring their strategy and continuing the mission without hesitation. This is resilience by design. There's no single point of failure, making the swarm incredibly hard to defeat or disable. The drones communicate using advanced laser links. These are secure, lightning fast, and nearly impossible for enemies to jam or intercept, ensuring uninterrupted coordination. They constantly share real-time video and sensor data, allowing the AI to build a perfect, up-to-the-second picture of the battlefield and all its threats. This seamless data sharing lets the swarm act as a single, coordinated unit, responding instantly to changing conditions. The real leap forward isn't just in the hardware, but in the networked intelligence that ties everything together, making the whole greater than the sum of its parts. Imagine a swarm that can see everything, confuse enemy radar, and adapt its tactics on the fly, absorbing losses without missing a beat, and continuing the mission with relentless efficiency. As Dr. Evelyn Reed put it best, we're moving from an era of platforms to an era of systems. The focus is shifting from individual machines to intelligent, interconnected networks. It's not about having the best plane anymore. It's about having the smartest, most adaptive network in the sky. Chimera represents the first true weaponized network in the sky, capable of overwhelming traditional defenses. Air power has just become more flexible, more resilient, and far more lethal than ever before. The battlefield has changed forever, ushering in a new era of warfare defined by intelligence, adaptability, and unstoppable teamwork. The Pentagon's announcement sent shockwaves worldwide. Allies saw reassurance and power. Adversaries saw a new threat. Military leaders everywhere scrambled to respond, realizing their defenses were suddenly outdated. Russia and China condemned the move publicly, but privately accelerated their own swarm programs. The world had seen the future, and many were deeply unsettled by it. Experts called it a game changer, like putting 100 queens on a chessboard at once. Social media buzzed with pride, fear, and debate. Americans saw safety for their troops. Others feared AI mistakes and loss of human control. Ethicists warned, these are weapons that select and engage targets without meaningful human oversight. Calls for international regulation grew louder. The public realized this wasn't science fiction anymore. The world was forced to confront the ethics of autonomous war. Chimera gives the U.S. clear advantages: force protection and overwhelming tactical superiority. Swarms can absorb losses, saturate defenses, and succeed where humans can't. But the risks are real: proliferation, arms races, and the temptation to use force more easily. The technology is accessible. Soon, many nations and groups could have swarms. Mistakes or misidentification could have catastrophic consequences. Who's responsible when an AI makes a lethal error? The double-edged sword of autonomy is now reality. The world must grapple with these new dangers. Operation Chimera has rewritten the rules of air power. It's no longer about the best jet, but the smartest, most adaptable network. Swarms can overwhelm expensive fighters with sheer numbers and intelligence. The ace pilot of tomorrow will be a strategist, commanding autonomous systems, not dogfighting. The cognitive domain, information, speed, adaptability, now defines victory. As General Thorne said, air superiority is about controlling information and making decisions faster. The global chessboard has been redrawn, those who fail to adapt risk being left behind. The Chimera swarm's silent flight marked the dawn of autonomous warfare. The U.S. will now refine and expand this technology. Larger, smarter, more specialized swarms, nations will race to build countermeasures. Lasers, microwave weapons, counter AI. The real challenge is ethical and diplomatic. Can we control these weapons before they control us? Operation Chimera is as significant as the first jet or satellite. The era of autonomous war has begun. The choices made now will shape global security for generations. The future of air power is here, intelligent, networked, and transformative.